pretty political. It's called We Should Probably Do Something. So, keep that in your mind. You see, we have this dream, and it has been centralized. But me, I've never been one to blindly abide or step aside, especially when I'm repeatedly told that's just the way it is from now until the end of time. You see, everyone wants me to empathize, but very few understand that to empathize is to meet the eyes of another's tender life, not to memorize their gender type, but to mentalize the mental ties that creates the momentum that tempers time in an attempt to enter minds. Not paying, but giving attention, instead of merely stepping back and averting mine. To meet the eyes, actually actively asking why in these suspenseful times of invented might intended to verify the invention of debt which they invented twice, how it is still called necessary to render lives as something packed, labelled, and valued as less than mine. Sold to the highest bidder just as long as the West is fine. How the hell is there still a wall around Palestine? How the hell is hunger still something which someone can suffer from and maybe die? But merely asking the question is only half of what's going on. To empathize is to meet the eyes, not just glance at the figure in front of your open fly, but to confront the lie, look past the signs that keep the idea of a person in check. Yet, as the world spins, it connects. And from this somewhat backwards perspective, if these words are correct, then maybe we really do need a society surviving on a prescribed diet of various forms of Percocet. Mining minds to ensure their creativity has its purpose set. Setting the purpose of what is naturally purposeless before it gets any certain side effect ideas about trying to change the earth and shit. What you've learned is what you're worth, but when that learning's kept deliberately at arm's length from the streets of hardship and you're told to wait your turn for it, because the experts don't think that a career of a surgeon fits your particular reference, well, that's when human rights endure fights, forced to maneuver a market that says they're only semi-permanent, as if the human being is something you're meant to deserve to live. Fuck that, you're not Nietzsche and this life is not interpretive. It's the world that is. Our experiences arrive and are neither earned nor spent. Since the hustle of the first church, the point has been to interpret it. So what is justice? What is love? What is good? What is beauty? A bunch of conceptual mechanisms of control that co-opt the soul into consuming. So do it. Consume, consume, consume at a higher and higher rate. Then turn around and tell me all about how you think human selfishness is innate. Just don't get offended when I start cracking up in your face. You can keep your credit cards, your fake tits, and your Salisbury steak. Because what you're lacking is obviously something that cannot be replaced. Like a dancer's dance, or how a rapper sags his pants. It happens by chance, and for that fact, it's great. But you gotta react right. It's not like you're fake. Sure, good move, give me a label. You're one of those radicals, aren't you? I'm not really sure about them. Aren't they like anti-corporation, anti-innovation, anti-aprons, and anti-men? Anti-popular, anti-choice, anti-freedom, and anti-zen? To be honest, yeah, sure, I believe all that. I'm not bothered, but above all, I'm just anti-them. These thieves and pimps handing out sweets like candy men to the kids in charge that pull the strings, that control the puppets whose stitching's been weaved together by thirsty men who are squeezed together in dirty dens, left in freezing weather where it hurts to sing. And empathy is a dangerous thing, where luxury shows its other street how its funds have been floated on tainted wings, where the bloated thrive and the skinny are left to pray and whinge. But hey, we're in the West, so screw it, let's stay and binge. It's not our fault we play the game to win. It's not our fault we live in riches others can't even imagine. It's not our fault their lands and resources have been and will be pillaged by powerful men backed by police bat-ins. It's not our fault they hate the West. We didn't ask for that to happen. It's not our fault, dude. It's not our fault, guy. It's not our fault, asshole. Don't make me ask myself why. Because in the West, we don't have to face our fears. It might not be your fault, sure, you can tell yourself that, but we really know at a certain stage it is. Something we can't escape when we place our gaze in theirs. To empathize is to meet the eyes, not to test them, not to give them injections, or not to act like some savior that we're told we should be as kids. So from my somewhat backwards perspective, if these words are correct, maybe we really do need a society surviving on various forms of Percocet.